For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to let you navigate to the ramshackle whenever you like.
I'm still a block of ice, right?
Correct.
11.
Wait, a block of ice?
Yeah, I don't know what happened either. I went downstairs for a minute, came back, and I'm dead.
Huh.
The spectre looked like a cloaked figure with light coming out of the front of the cloak. Like it was fucking like icy light. And hit Garvek with its ray of something.
The light was coming from its face, not
Fucking
its
laser
open
beams.
coat, by the way.
Yes. Fucking laser beams, and now Garvik's frozen solid. Like you were, like not Othello was when with the Frost Maiden came. But this isn't so easily fixed because we've tried warming him up like we did with the Frost Maiden and it's not working. So maybe something else. I'm not going to say anything because I've not said anything yet. And yeah, we managed to kill it and stuff. Yeah. For that was towards the end of the last session. So we started off in the mine, of course, and we talked to the Trex guy. We talked to Trex, and he turned out to be a kobold that had some wings that were just strapped onto him. It's like taped wings onto him. As you might be able to see from his token, but he was possessed by a bag that he was wearing. Yes. And then the bag tried to the bag possessed Othello after he threw it off and onto Othello. And then we managed to restrain Othello and then cut off the bag and throw it down the big fathomless pit. And then the spectre that was in possessing people just went down with it because it was attached to the bag somehow. There was also notes in the bag that I took out, which were I'm not too sure what for. But the bag was full of moss and other things that had been collected for some reason. Yeah. And then, that's it. We went across the pit. We mined some gems. Spent 2 hours doing so as Garvik was attuning with his thing. But before that, we found an ancient skull in the wall. Skull that had a ridge between the eye sockets and 4 holes where the top of its jaw should be, and no teeth and no nose. And it was really fossilized and broke apart as soon as you touched it, etc. And inside the skull was a gem, which Garvik's got, which is magical of some sorts. Other than that, then and then on the way back, and obviously once we got rid of the possession, we got the kobolds to come back with us and help us fix up the ramshackle. So now we have a clan of kobolds and a mummy to help us.
And an awakened shrub.
And an awakened shrub. That I don't think is going to be doing very much. Also, hello, Kilson.
Yes, hello.
I think that's Bacon all caught up.
Basically.
That's what happened last time.
So yeah, it's 1:45 in the morning. Garvek is a Garvexicle beside the fire.
Better name for that, Garvik.
Yeah, there probably is a better name for that. That was very clunky. Yeah, so I mean, he's there. Despite being beside the fire, there's no extra ice melting off him. He's not getting any, the ice isn't getting any runny or yeah. What do you want to do? Tomorrow is the like perfect full moon, and is when all the sacrifices are made.
That is good to know.
Oh no, he's got a weather plugin now. Got this new weather plugin. It can output to a spreadsheet.
Well, they can.
Probably can.
Well, this is one of those towns that sacrifices food, right? I reckon we should sacrifice some bacon.
This one sacrifices heat, right?
Nope. This Lonelywood. You're thinking of Bremen. Bremen is heat. Lonelywood is food.
Okay. We need to find a way. Bryn Chander's the biggest one, right? And that's the one that sacrifices people.
It's one of the 3 that sacrifices people. Yeah.
I think we should. I think we should travel to Bryn Chander tomorrow and see who skips the sacrificing, and if Runek's forehead thing will tell us anything.
I hope that it won't. But I'm up for moving, but shouldn't Garvik be frozen for that?
Do you have anything?
Do I have I'm looking. Not something that can, other than body's flame, not something that can quickly de-ice him.
But it says something that removes petrification. Though I think that's a lot of stuff's level 3 off the top of my head.
Yeah, I thought it was as well.
Yeah, less restoration doesn't do petrification. So that's probably left third level.
Okay. Oh, do we have any mail from? Because I sent that letter to Thing, didn't I?
Not yet. That wasn't even like a full day ago at this point.
Wasn't it? Okay.
Oh well, I think more the point it was like just a full day ago. So.
Sorry. Okay. So the kobolds then, do they have anything?
No, they seem to have sort of had their look around and are piling into what appears to be their room now.
Okay.
Yeah? What do you think?
I'm looking if there's something that I can do to help Garvik. But nope. Nothing ready at the moment.
Well, the only people who might know how to help him we'd have to go to like tomorrow. Otherwise we hit them up in the middle of the night.
I mean, we can put him in front of the fire and then see if that helps?
We already have. That's why he's
Ah.
there.
Okay. Then, I mean, it's your brother, I suppose.
Could we not just, like, put him up outside the front door, stick a sign on him? It'd be a bit of a novelty. Might attract people to the bar.
Hardly a warm welcome.
True, but it does do something for the cool image of kobolds. So
We must try to fix him, at least.
Yeah, I suppose we could at least give it a go.
Yeah, whatever you think.
do you know yet if it's something magical that's doing it? Not.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is something magical. Yeah.
That's basically all we know.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that?
Pilsum's dragon.
Oh right, okay.
Roll
like
initiative.
Looks like a lobster or something from the token. It's so small.
To be fair, I don't think we'd be able to take a pseudo dragon.
Yeah, it's been doing really well recently. Has Garvik gotten since how many hours has it been since? Or how much time has it been since he initially got frozen solid?
2 hours, give or take.
2 hours, and he's not gotten any worse over those 2 hours. It's just been the same.
Yep.
Go to bed. We talk to Nimsy first thing.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we can do a watch to make sure that nothing happens to him.
Okay. I'll take first.
Yeah, I'll do second.
We could just get our new acquisition to look after him.
Who?
The mummy.
Oh, mummy that everyone keeps forgetting about.
Yeah.
Could command him to come and wake us if he changes in, I don't know, wakes up, unfreezes, whatever.
Yeah, but that's also an option. I don't know, doesn't need to sleep or something?
Don't know. I think so.
Does the mummy need to sleep?
No, did quite a lot of sleeping beforehand.
Mm.
It's all paid up for a while.
Okay. Get the mummy to watch then.
Damn, I know I wrote his name down somewhere and I can't even find it.
Into the nest, something, doesn't it?
I'm all for going to bed, that's for sure.
Who can speak to the mummy again?
I think it's just
Stella.
me. Yeah, it's just me.
Thella, but it's in like broken because it's Elvish versus something
Oh.
else.
Sylvan.
Oh shit! Hold on. Can I communicate mentally with the mummy? Telepathically, or will it just be the same thing but with our minds?
I'm gonna double check the thing of that.
Sometimes it's like, oh, if they know at least one language that you know, but sometimes it's like if they know a language.
Oh yeah, Killsome, you can. It's you don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language.
Okay, well that solves everything then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can now as well, once I'm not ice.
In that case, then, Tobias will speak telepathically with the mummy and ask, "Are you comfortable watching over Garvek?" And he'll gesture over to the frozen kobold while we rest.
Yes, the pretend dragon will be okay.
By the way, what's your name?
Sanar.
Are you comfortable being with us for now?
Yes.
Do you require food or sleep?
No, and I do not require food, and I have done enough sleeping.
Can you type his name, by the way?
Yeah.
It's not showing up in the actual like text log. I saw what it was.
Oh, hang on, sorry. If I change that to friendly. There you go.
Oh, just out of interest, he'll also ask, "Do you perhaps know what's affecting Garvik?"
With intelligence of 6, I'm afraid not.
Damn. Well, if anything should happen to Garvek during the night, please wake one of us.
I shall.
All right. Tobias will give him a nod and then he'll head off to his room. Are we positioning our tokens for fun things that may happen?
No, she'll be okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I think I forgot the handout in the first place, but yeah.
Handsome
Fucking
fella.
scary.
Yeah, we'll just hang tinsel on him or something and he can tend bar, that'll be fine.
Have we checked his preferred pronouns?
We can ask in the morning. Let's go to bed.
Cool. If everyone wants to long rest, even Garvik.
I can rest while ice.
You've nothing better to do.
Well, that depends. That depends if I'm conscious, then I can telepathically do things.
I mean, you may want to rest to get the hit points back, but
Yeah.
there you go. That should reflect the weather for the day. There is a light blizzard on the go. Definitely not the sort of scale, the one that Oral arrived in to say hi, but a blizzard nonetheless.
Okay.
It's roughly 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, fuck's sake, why did I make that? I accidentally made it like fucking 10 o'clock.
at night.
Yeah. Oh well, it's now just after 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna go see run over to Speak and Imsy then. If anyone
Okay.
wants to come with, they can.
Yeah, nothing else to do. Are we taking
Sure,
Garvik
I
with
guess.
us or nah?
Oh yeah, the fucking kobold.
I suppose we might as well take the giant novelty ice cube with us.
I mean, we don't want to break him, do we? The kobolds.
I mean, you can always
Kobolds
ask.
be trusted.
That is also a good question.
I mean, this place is a shithole enough as it is, right? I mean, what else are they going to break, honestly?
Exactly. The point.
We're living in a crack den, basically.
Yeah.
yeah, and the saber-toothed tiger-sized hole in the roof above here doesn't help either.
Can they be trusted with fixing something? Even rudiment. I mean, it's a floor, right? They can repair a floor, right? Surely. Cover
Yeah,
up a broken window.
With enough time, I imagine they probably could. Yeah.
Okay,
There's
in that
enough
case,
for them.
before we head off, Tobias will approach the kobolds. It's Trex who's in charge, right?
We need the wood for it though.
Is that all of them?
Yeah. Just run over in the kitchen.
Do we pay them?
I think.
Oh no, we can pay them with lodging and food and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. Tobias will approach Trex. What are the kobolds doing this morning? I'm guessing just
Sort of like lounging about and like not really doing much, to be honest. Haven't been given any real direction. As far as they're concerned, this is the this is the tavern they're going to be running. You know, in the exact state that it's currently in.
Okay. So approaching Trex, Tobias will ask, are you guys ready to go to work then?
Yes. No, not a lot of drink. How can we sell drink when there is none? Not very good businessman.
We've got things to do before we sell drink, as you can see. I'm not sure about kobold living standards, but these definitely aren't up to scratch. And he'll spin around and gesture to the holes in the floor and holes in the ceiling and broken glass windows and stuff like that. So this place needs fixing up. Do you think you can do this?
Scratch his head a little bit and he's like, fix up.
Yes. Repair.
Where do we get the wood?
Well, this is a logging town. We have there are plenty of axes to take, and you can chop down some trees, or you can salvage some wood that's in some of these rooms. doesn't have to be permanent. We just don't want any breeze coming through these windows and all this snow coming through the big hole in the roof. Can you make something work? Doesn't have to be permanent.
So looking at each other, and there's a few shrugs, and Trax eventually goes, "Yeah, give it a go."
This could only
Tobias
go wrong.
hesitates to continue because he's sort of a little suspicious about what the end result might be. So he's going to specify: don't barricade the doors. We need those. Maybe try. Oh, the windows here, they're like broken, right?
A couple of them are, yeah.
Okay.
It's like some panes, like, you know, a pane out here or there, and a couple of windows are completely through. But amazingly, this window here is actually completely intact. That's the only one in the whole place, though.
Okay, yeah, this place would be breezing cold as shit then, if there's like windows broken and hole in the roof and shit. So he would say, okay, let's start with, and he'll point to like the broken windows. Let's start with boarding up those windows because it's very cold with all that breeze coming in. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
No stealing from the other houses. Might be good to mention.
All the kobolds like visibly deflate a little bit, as that was very clearly their plan to begin with.
Yes, no stealing. It'll be obvious where all the wood goes. Use what's available here. You don't need much.
There's a few like mental gymnastics going on in Trek's head. You can tell because his head is actually bobbing around left to right, up to down, and he eventually sort of comes to a conclusion and a nod and says, "Okay, what's lying around?"
That's a good point.
What's lying around?
As in, he says, "Okay," as in, "Okay, we'll use what's lying around." That sort of.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, good.
Perhaps Nimsy could give us some wood too.
Maybe we should. We actually do need wood. We should just go out and buy some, right?
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Well, they can do this for the meantime, so that we don't live in a frozen crackdown.
Yeah.
Broken ass windows. All right, cool.
We'll need some glass as well eventually and stuff. But also those blokes that were that we had the bet out with. We could ask them to help.
Oh yeah, good idea. Yeah, we could do that in the future.
And they could probably do the roof to a better job than the kobolds could. And then the kobolds could just do like the floorboards and stuff, you know. But anyway, to speak of Nimsy, I guess I'll pick up Garvek and take him with us.
Sure.
I'm not overly trusting of these kobolds to not break him whilst they're fixing stuff, so
Yeah, makes sense.
yes, Nimsy.
Okay. So yeah, head on around your house.
Mhm.
Okay.
I imagine we'd be able to find a way in the blizzard. Yes,
Yeah,
like
easy
blizzard.
enough. Yeah, I mean it's all like fairly close, and
Yeah, I think
it'd be fairly difficult to get lost while you're in town.
Yeah, I figured as much.
And you guys are like based in the middle of town anyway, so
Yeah.
just for simplicity's sake.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's literally around the corner. So
Apparently, I don't have a token with visibility in this scene.
neither do I, but I can still see the
Alright.
grey.
Yeah. I forgot we move the party marker off. There you go.
Okay. Yes, to Nimsy's house, and she's got kids usually, and so I guess we just knock
That
on the door.
implies that she sometimes doesn't.
Well, I mean, like, if you don't hear kids screaming and stuff, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's heading around and give the door knock, and a tiny halfling child answers the door and just looks at you.
Is speaker home?
Just keeps looking at you.
Tobias would peer around and say, "Would you fetch your mummy?"
She doesn't really take her eyes off Vaden because there's like a. I mean, the best part
difference.
more like a 6 foot difference. I mean, these are halfling children, so
Oh yeah.
Quarterlings.
Yeah.
but at this point, yeah, they're
And Vaden's like
So-
7 foot, so
yeah, exactly. So like she's like barely like probably about the top of his boots, not like barely not even past his shins. So yeah,
and Vaden's
Like-
not wearing anything like warm clothing either anymore.
good point. So yeah, Shell runs off, and speaking Imsy sort of comes up to the door and sort of it's like, oh, come in. Let no licky out.
I go in with Garvek under my arm, I guess. Sort of like bent over double, I guess, in this house. As tall as I am.
I mean, it is a normal sized house, but some adjustments have been made for halflings living there.
So like door handles lower down and stuff.
That sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like halfling flaps.
Oh, good lord.
No, kobolds get in through those.
I'm guessing she's got like a kitchen table or something as we walk in.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of stand in the hall at the minute, and maybe you've stayed here before, so I mean, you know the layout of the place. Decent sized house, all the rest of it. If you could convert it into being a tavern quite easily, it's big enough. But yeah, she only really sort of explicitly invited us into the hall.
Yeah.
It's just to get out of the cold, but.
I'll stay in the hall then.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Yeah. I guess we'll wait for the queue or something. Is like,
Yeah, as she says, yeah, and what can I do for you today?
my brother, and then like I'll sort of just hold Garvek out in front of me, like shake him a little bit, and it's like frozen.
Yes, I could see that. How did that happen?
A thing like a cloak with light.
An unfortunate encounter on our way back to town. He means.
She puts hands up over her face and the very sort of melodramatic, shocked fashion. It's like, that was one of the walkers. How did you survive that?
We killed it.
She seems quite taken aback. You've killed this thing that there's been only ever horrible rumors about.
Could you tell us some more about these walkers? Clearly, I've heard of them before.
Oh no, not now and again when you're out walking, you see folks frozen stand in the middle of the road like your brother there, and you hear tale of walkers coming after folks that don't pay their dues. They're caught moving in between towns.
Hmm. So, can you fix him?
Oh, I don't know anything about any of that.
Know someone who can?
I sort of scratched her head a little bit and no folks like that around here. There's a place in Brinshander, what they call it? These religious folk, they're obsessed with some sun god, I think. They might be able to help.
Hmm. Okay. We need wood too.
How much?
To fix the ramshackle. He clearly doesn't know how much. But...
This is a weird question, but is there any sort of ability or skill that would confer the sort of knowledge, as in to fix the ramshackle?
Funny enough, I would say I don't know, maybe not some sort of like relevant tools expertise. Actually, to be fair, Vadim would be the one that would know since he's good with working tool proficiency.
I don't have proficiency with them.
Oh, right, okay.
I've got woodworking tools. I don't have the proficiency with them.
Ah, okay. Well, unless anyone's got proficiency with like a relevant toolkit, I don't think anyone would know, would even have an inkling. No, it's like cartography and shit. So no, yeah, it's fair as I none of you have any like real concept of just what's needed. It's probably plenty of handy folks around here that you could probably hire to do the the work for you while you're out.
Mm.
So with the pause going on, she says, "Oh, so you're actually fixing up the ramshackle then?"
I mean, it has a hole in the roof, and it's very breezy in there right now.
Well, it'd be nice to see the place back up and running.
We
Indeed,
have some.
although it's a while from being in that kind of state.
I'll send a couple of the boys round and see so they can see what needs done to it and send you the bill.
Yeah. We have some. What would they be called?
Kobolds.
We have some help
Oh,
already. They are like him, and he'll point at Garvek, but not stiff. They could help with fixing, maybe.
brought kobolds here.
Sorry, what was that?
You brought kobolds here.
Yes.
They're not going to steal anything, are they? I say that out of, concern for their health. This isn't the time you want to go around stealing things from other people's houses.
Yes, we've told them not to steal, and they do at least have some kind of. They do have supervision. Referencing the mummy here. Oh shit! I should have told the mummy. Don't make sure they don't steal anything. Oh well.
Oh fuck.
I'll
Yeah,
go back.
I've stolen the
And
money.
write a note.
We could.
The whole point was to make money. So
perhaps you should tell them as well. I'll go to Nim. I'll say that to Nimsy.
Sure. Kobolds are weird folk.
Tell them if they need anything to go to you if we're not there. We'll reimburse you for any trouble, I think.
should I take some psychic damage for those cutting words?
Yeah, it seems happy enough. It's okay. Sorry.
We didn't need anything else here, did we?
No.
Just got handed some sticky toffee pudding.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, she says she'll send some of the boys around and get a professional evaluation of the place, and we'll send you the bill if you're happy enough for them to just start working.
Put the kobolds to work too.
All right, as long as they behave.
Well, they're busy. They wouldn't have time to steal.
All right, if you're sure.
Yes.
Okay then.
Thank you for your time. We'll be on our way.
Yeah, sees you to the door and waves you by and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. To Bryn Shander then?
Maybe first was the kobolds to fix the stuff with the mummy, to tell them to listen to the speaker.
Oh
And then
yeah.
to Presenter.
Yeah. That's a solid idea.
Did you tell the speaker about the mummy?
No.
I was on that for a second. No, that's okay.
Well, not that I heard of that anyone did.
No, I did not.
And I
No,
didn't, so.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
So,
But save us sort of swapping back to the thing again.
yeah.
As well as
so yeah.
CR it can handle.
It can probably handle the kobolds if it needs to.
Mummies are scary. So we'll tell the kobolds not to steal, right?
Mhm.
So no stealing. And
Roll persuasion
Oh, for fuck's sake, Philip.
or intimidation.
Fucking, I don't want to roll intimidation. Let's roll persuasion. Fuck it. Hopefully the dice is still with me, hey?
You fucking
They're
start
not.
me. So Phoenix is still gloating about the fact he absolutely fucking tabled my Deathwatch army the other day because of bullshit dice rolls both ways.
Oh, it was. And we played
Bullshit in
that
his
board game.
favor.
And then we played that board game and we were rolling dice, and I was rolling nothing but well.
Yeah, and I was rolling blanks the whole fucking time. Yeah.
It's gonna come and bite me in the ass sometime though, so don't worry about it.
Oh, I hope so. Anyway.
Yes.
So yeah. Surprisingly, I was going to give you the exact same response either way. The kobold, Sir Trex and the kobolds around him are nodding their heads furious and saying, "Yes, yes, yes, no stealing. Yes, yes, yes."
Hmm. These people, and I'll just point outside to like the rest of the town, are not people to steal from.
Trex winks at you and says, "Okay, boss."
Hmm. I'm just gonna look round to the others and like see if they have anything to say to this. I was like, actually, 1 second. No, yeah, it's good enough for him.
Karma. You can tell Phil's screenshotting that just for his like future.
For the bank.
For the bank.
It's all right. I remade that Deathwatch army. It's going to slap him into the fucking ground. It's going to be great.
Okay. I put Rustalkers on my admech, so maybe.
That's fine because I've got fucking denial for that shit. So I don't give a shit.
Well, you've got denying mortal wounds.
I mean, they have to get up close to inflict the wounds in the first place.
Yeah. That's if they survive the shooting round. Anyway, yes.
He's heading out then? Oh,
I don't think I have a choice.
And me. Van, are you going to be carrying Garvek the whole way?
Why is Garvek heavy to carry?
Well, let's see.
If need be, he could be strapped to my back. I'd be willing to do that much.
I mean, I could also carry him for part of the day.
I mean, to be fair, he's like 70 pounds. Yeah, he's basically that's including it. That's including the equipment. He's basically 70 pounds. So, I mean, as long as that doesn't like bump you over your encumbrance, I don't really care.
What encumbrance are we using?
Oh, fuck's sake, I forgot about that. What is it? It's 15 times your strength, right? Yeah. Right, you're only like 7 pounds over, so I don't give a shit about that. But if you're carrying Garvek, yeah, I will call that as slowing you down or whatever it is.
Okay.
You had out like a bunch of rations like last session.
I shouldn't have 20 if there's still 20 there. It shouldn't be 20.
Yeah, it should be like what, at least 15, right?
18, I think.
Okay.
Because I handed out one to the guys that were all headed round, and then like another one to the guys that were like handing up. But you know what? Yeah, let's make it 15. Because okay.
Have you considered just like taking a sled from somewhere and just lumping them in that and dragging them along? Yeah, just as a thought.
I mean, if there's a sled that we can borrow, then that should be the best a better solution?
I'm more than happy you can find a sled to use.
What kind of animal is the sled made to be pulled with?
I mean, most stuff around here is assumed to be a dog sled to start with. So, I mean, if you went as like a direwolf or something like that, I would quite easily have the pull weight for it. Although I don't know if you have the transformation time to do that the whole way.
I don't think yet.
We have a centaur.
Yeah.
That to be quite fair, that was the reason why I was asking.
Are there any like sleds that you would pull as like a person?
Well, I mean, you can just like you can just use dog
pull a
sled
dog
for
sled,
that. I
yeah.
mean, they're light enough. Yeah, just tweak the harnesses or
Yeah.
wrapping or whatever. Yeah.
So we're taking a sled then and just pulling it somehow.
Yeah, just straps and shit. I'm not gonna
belabor
this.
Yeah, fair. Let's take a sled and put Garvik in it and pull it.
All right. Okay. Lonely Woods Tourmaline is 1.5 miles on foot without your snowshoes. It's on a road, doesn't really matter. So yeah, you make it to Tourmaline in an hour.
Cool.
Okay.
And then to Targos now, I guess. Right.
Mm-hmm. That is going to be a 6-hour trip to Targos.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
One, two, three, four, five, six. I do a little roll. How convenient. So yeah, as you're walking along through the blizzard in the middle of the day, can I have perception test, please?
Just from everyone.
Yep. Hello, Rinnick. When you're walking along, you see a couple of figures ahead of you. You've been, kept the pace up enough. Where you're making like a steady pace, these guys are like wobbling over the place and seem pretty sapped of energy. When you're catch sight of them, even with the blizzard on the go, they're about maybe 100 feet or so away.
How far are we
sorry,
from closest
30.
town?
I was going to say 100 feet is about 30 meters. Sorry. This is roughly around the halfway point.
Okay.
Yeah, so about here-ish, give or take.
Do they, I mean, what, can we sort of make out how many they are? Are they armed?
Yeah,
How are they dressed?
Just two people. You can't tell if they're armed or not because of the blizzard and general visibility.
Okay.
Perhaps in the, obligatory cold weather gear and, packs on, all that sort of stuff.
All right, well, I'll...
You hear sort of blown back to you. Hang on, I'm getting tired.
I will make it known to the rest of the party then. There's two people up ahead.
Judging by the amount of energy they have at the moment, would we be able to tell if they would make it to the next town?
Give me a survival. Or medicine, either works. Yeah. I mean, you know, you've made it to town in worse condition than that before, right? So like,
Yeah.
they got this far. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got warm clothes on, so like, you know.
Okay, then other than agreeing with Estelle that there's people out there, Runic won't say that much.
Right. Gonna try and catch up, or are you just gonna sort of keep your pace and eventually sort of catch up to them?
I mean, I don't see there's any particular rush.
Right. Yeah, the blizzard kicks up again. Your visibility's sort of cut, and about 20 minutes, half an hour later, visibility's cut down to about 10 meters or so, and you see one of the figures standing perfectly still.
How far away at this point?
But yeah, let's say about 10 meters, so like they've just come
Okay,
back
yeah.
into your vision.
Oh,
And-
assuming Ethel's towards the head of the group, she'll kind of cup her hands around her mouth. Go, hello!
Ho ho.
There's no response.
Where's the other one?
Got a bad feeling about this. She's going to walk slowly up to the figure with her weapons drawn.
Okay.
Is it just completely still the entire time?
Yeah, the Garvik mobile is coming along behind you, of course.
Gonna
Accurate GIF.
give it a little poke. I presume they're kind of facing away from.
Yeah. Gosh, that's just like screen cancer. I'll get rid of that.
Wait, Phil, you said that one of them was frozen, right?
We don't
I
know.
didn't say, I didn't say
Sorry,
either of
sorry.
them was
We
frozen.
don't know.
Sorry, that one of them was standing still, right?
Oh yeah, frozen still, as in not moving. Yes.
Yes. That way frozen. Where's the other one?
You can't see them.
Can I start looking for them?
Ethel taps the figure on its shoulder. And is it, like, hard?
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna peer around in front of him at his face then.
You see an emaciated face, like frostbitten and slightly puffy. This person has been here for days.
What? Okay. Guys, there's something weird going on here. I don't think I like it.
Brennan, can I have another perception check, please? Or investigation is more appropriate, actually.
Sure.
No luck. The blizzards generally sort of got everything covered up a bit more. So it's up an extra few inches, and there's random drifts in places. There's no obvious body or person around.
I will look back at Ethella and ask, where's the other one?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. This guy looks like he's been here for days.
Days?
Since you're also well in your perception test, it is definitely the same figure you saw.
Something. This is definitely one of the guys we saw earlier. It's definitely something screwy going on here. Something magical, and I don't like it.
I have to agree with you. Wait a second. I want to transform into a wolf.
Okay. And you can roll if anyone wants to roll medicine to confirm the time they've been there. Feel free. Okay. Wolf form runic, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. And what are you doing as wolf form runic?
I want to sniff around the frozen person to see if there's any sort of smells.
Okay. Perception with advantage then. No, Blizzard's like making it really difficult for you. Even this person here smells pretty devoid of smells, and so just generally smells of the air around and the environment at this point. They've been exposed for quite a while.
I don't like this. Okay.
Tomas will try and speak telepathically. And he'll simply ask, "Hello, can you
Nothing
understand
at
me?"
all.
Okay. In that case, I'll try and read thoughts.
There are no thoughts to read.
Are there
Is
footpaths?
this man dead?
Yeah.
Are there any footsteps leading in the snow leading towards the statue?
No.
Is there any suspicious bump in the snow next to the other statue?
Give me an investigation. I'll give you one more go at it.
I'll just try again at some point.
Can I aid in this?
Close enough. So yeah, I mean, you have to like go and check a few of the random sort of snowdrifts around. But yeah, you eventually find another person. And when you point this out to Thella, she will confirm this was the other figure. But like this one's like frozen up in like the fetal position. Apparently trying to keep warm.
The runic wolf will look confused. And will just confusedly stare at Athela.
Can I search their pockets?
How is it that we saw them like 2 hours ago and yet they've been dead for days? That
Oh no, you didn't see them 2 hours ago. Like minutes ago. Like
I thought it was like a couple of hours and we lost sight of it.
No,
I
more
swear
like
it
sort of 10 minutes, half an hour sort of thing. Then he's caught up. It's
Right,
fine.
okay.
Like
So
you
it's
was
really odd,
fairly
that.
close when you saw them in the first place, and you
Right.
was going a little bit faster. So
It's weird either way.
it is.
I'll be honest, I don't like the thought of just standing around out here. Maybe we should just keep going. Can't do anything for these poor sods.
The wolf will not.
Can I search their pockets first?
Sure. What are you looking for?
I don't know, anything. Just want to like see if they've got anything like paper or well, if they've got anything on them at all.
ID.
Yeah, anything that says who they are, what they're going, any clues on where they're going. So if they've got gold on them, or if they've got like items, or if they've got tools, or anything.
Yeah. You've got a pretty hard time like trying to get into their pockets and whatnot. Is like the clothes are basically all frozen solid as well. So like, there's like no flexibility in the pockets or anything. But you try really hard. You can sort of like rip like a purse of sorts free. There's all the normal sort of personal effects you would expect for somebody being out in the wild. There's a like a couple of ration packs frozen completely solid. Tinderbox, which is just worthless at this point.
Mm.
The purse has 3 gold, 7 silver.
Okay. There's nothing that indicate what they were like where they were going.
Well, I mean, from where you're at, it's either Targus or Bryn Shander. Typically, you go to Targus from Targus first, and Bryn Shander is sort of like up the hill a bit. So you want to take a walked route up. You know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take the gold. So,
Okay.
how many silver was it again? 3.
Yep. 3 gold, 7 silver.
Okay, and then like I'll leave everything else.
Okay.
Yes, we should keep going.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. So yeah, another hour and a bit has you to Targos. Late in the afternoon at this point, he's going to stop or he's going to keep pressing on.
How far would it be to Brent Center?
Brichander is 3 miles, so a couple of hours.
Hmm.
Can be there for happy hour at this rate.
I mean, suppose it'd be the best bet. The less time we have to spend with Garfic as Ice Cube.
Mm.
So I'd say continue.
All right.
Yeah, I can't even twiddle my thumbs at this point.
Alrighty then. So yeah, he's pushing on for another couple of hours. It is pushing 7 o'clock at night. And yeah, he's drive up at the north gate. Hang on, I don't need to give you a token in this, do you? We'll throw it in anyway.
No.
Yeah, obviously you just remember from memory that the North Look is there.
Mhm.
It's the seedy but definitely the more entertaining bar in the place. You probably would have came across it last time anyway. So town hall is there.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and Matt, remember you're being a pain in the ass. Like, what's this house there?
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually the one you need to go to.
The Morning Lord, eh?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
All right.
Mm. So we know this is there already, right? We don't have to ask around.
Quick, if you know when you inevitably are stopped at the gates and asked what you're here for on the night before the sacrifices, say you're going to give praise there or whatever.
Is it the night, not the night of sacrifices?
Strictly speaking. Midnight tonight, yeah. When the moon is highest.
Okay. Yes, to the Morning Lord, I guess.
All right. Yeah, no map for this one. So yeah, you arrive over there. It's northeast of the market square. It seems to be like a sort of converted house, like a fairly sort of middle upper class, sort of upper middle class sort of house. You know, it could have belonged to like a sort of a merchant that does well enough for himself.
Mm.
It's been converted. There's the sort of various effigies and symbology of that goes along with that you'd expect for a sun god. I wonder if this works. Oh, whatever. Let's be lazy. There's the handout. It's all in my browser anyway.
It's not popping up with anything. It's just one of those like picture things.
All right, goes a second. But yeah, so you know, it's all like the symbology of like golden suns and tabards and whatnot hanging around the place.
I'm guessing the front doors aren't open.
No, because it's fucking cold outside.
Yeah. Is there any signs on the outside?
Yeah, says House of the Morning Lord.
Okay. I guess I'll knock. Welcome back, party marker.
You knock, and a couple of minutes later, a sort of middle-aged woman appears at the door and says, "Yes, can I help you?"
My brother's frozen.
Straight to the point, I see. Bring him in, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay. We'll pick up Garvek and bring him in there inside, I guess.
I go inside.
So so as soon as you get past the sort of vestibule with the sort of usual offering plates and candles and whatnot, led into a fairly small sanctuary. There's about sort of 6 pews and a small lectern at the front. It's modest, but it's clean. It's warm. It's got all the right sort of decor you'd expect for a small church or shrine, perhaps. It's particularly large tabard hanging down the back of the room, sort of like floor to ceiling sort of job behind the lectern.
Okay.
So the priest starts sort of checking over Garvek and poking at him and sort of saying, sort of like rubbing a bit and saying, sort of generally sort of checking out the ice and saying what it is. And after a couple of minutes, he says, "You had an encounter with one of her servants, didn't you?"
Yes. A watcher? Is that what she called it, a watcher?
A walker?
Walker. That's
Walker,
what
sorry.
Jen called it.
A walker, I meant. Oh, a walker? I think...
This is peculiar. I've never heard of anyone surviving an attack like that. Much less being cased in ice like this.
We killed it.
That might explain it. Well, if the Morning Lord wills it, I'm sure your brother, did you say?
Yes. Oh god.
It's Tobias would put in and say it's a long, very long story. Let's not get into that.
Okay. And have any of you given praise to the Morning Lord before?
No.
Quite well. As you can see, we have quite modest means here. The Morlord may look favorably upon some sort of offering to allow me to perform a small miracle as this will take.
We've got a Garvek shaped ice cube we can give you.
How much?
Oh no, Tobias would like hold his hand in front of. I always forget character name.
Pardon?
Vaden, yeah, sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah, he would hold his hand out in front of Vaden like a stop, and Tobias would ask the woman instead, slightly softer approach. What would be considered a generous donation?
I feel so long as you in your heart of hearts know that it is a meaningful donation or sacrifice on your part, and you feel it is worthy of your friend's restoration, the Morning Lord will know it to be true and will restore your friend. Not a very exact answer, I know, but you are dealing with a religious folk. So you get religious answers.
Tobias would turn to Vaden and ask, "How much is Garvek worth to you?"
And I'll sort of just stand there and think for a moment and
Who?
think a bit more. And
More psychic damage?
Wisdom saving throw.
um, I don't know. As much as a brother is.
Well, the priest gestures towards the donation dish that was there when you sort of walked in and says, I will not ask for anything specific as long as you know. So as long as you know you've made an honest donation towards the restoration of your brother, all will work out.
Okay. So is Tobias still the party treasurer? I can't remember.
I think we've been splitting it, so.
Okay. So from whatever party funds Tobias is carrying, does anyone have an exact number? Because I've also been slacking on how much money we've got.
Did we split up the amount that we got from the caravan? Because that's the only bit that I know we haven't. Well, I'm not too sure if we split or not.
Hang on. I need to tot
I
out.
don't know if we did.
I don't know if we did. I've got
Don't
I've
think
still
we
got
did.
that exact amount, which is 92 gold, 70 silver, and 7 gemstones.
Yeah, I've just converted the gemstones for you. They were 10 each, so you've got 172 gold.
Jesus. Okay. Okay. In that case, Tobias will somewhat like not secretively but protectively withdraw the payment chest or whatever,
Mhm.
172. I mean, we can afford a decent donation. I mean, he'll take out like 15 gold, like, hold them in his hand, show them to the priest, and then put the 15 gold into the donation.
Wow.
And then he'll turn to the rest of the party and ask, well, what is Garvik worth to you?
Um,
15 gold's a lot. Come on.
yeah, it is a lot for us at the moment. Valen will take. To what
She asked
stage?
She asked for an honest donation, so she didn't specifically ask for money either, but an honest donation of what your character sees Garvek's worth as.
Trouble is, I have bugger all in my inventory besides money.
Yeah, no, I mean that's perfectly, goals always accepted,
I mean, Runic has the opinion that Garvik owes him. Technically.
Make a note. Excuse me. No, like make it known. I mean, I was going to say, Runic was the one that stabilized him in his current frozen state. So,
Also, the thing with the Frost Maiden. So,
yes,
Yeah.
Runic will give exactly 1 gold piece, and that's
Wow.
already being generous.
no, I mean that's as far I mean I think that's fair as far as the character's concerned. That would be an honest, feeling. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I will accept that as GM. Yeah.
And while dropping it, will mumble something about you owe me now.
Valen. Valen will put in. Yeah, fuck it. Valen will put in 30 gold pieces.
Okay.
And his 15 silver.
Okay. And Ethella?
Well, I'm not exactly drowning in, I don't know, things or money.
What is Garvik worth to Ethella?
Shrug and fish out 5 gold.
Right. Fair enough. Take it off your sheet.
Hey, that's a third of my cash, I'll have you know.
Wow.
Phil, what was the gold amount in the chest before the donation?
It was 162.
162. Okay, it's a huge amount of money that I'll just keep track of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using the party marker for that, which you should all have access to.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is actually a pretty smart idea.
It's a very smart idea.
Oh, in the meantime, can I ask the crazy richest people if they know more about those walkers?
She does not. She's heard the stories as everybody else, but hasn't feared them.
Okay.
She's generally dismissive of. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, she was mentioning that they were the servants of her, so
Yep.
I was hoping maybe she knew more.
So as soon as Ethella deposits her donation,
Literally a third of my cash.
He says, "Very well. I hope your donations were honest and true. We will see if the Morning Lord accepts them and sees your friend restored." She moves the small lectern aside and sets Garvek just where it was, revealing like an inlaid like marble stone, like marble symbol, like sun symbol, I should say. It's definitely the most expensive thing in the whole room, but it's very nicely made. It's gold, bits of gold leaf on it, and some embossing. It's very very nicely done. Sets him on there and sort of kneels down on one knee, puts her hand in Garrick's head, and you hear some mutterings and mumblings, and all of you feel the room get like markedly warmer. All of you that are wearing your cold weather gear are getting very sweaty at this point. The room is, it's going way up in temperature. But probably with 30 degrees, I think it's going to peak at, instead of negative 70 outside. So it's a very stark difference. The looking out the windows and the doors, the sort of ground around the house is sort of melting away, and it's like perfectly clear. The room's also getting rather bright. It's like it's not just normal daylight; it is bright inside the small church. So those of you which are sort of dark creatures, I suppose, Garbeck, so while you've been sort of semi-conscious the whole time, unable to move, the warmth of a god sort of floods on through you, and the ice doesn't just like melt off you; it actually evaporates off you, and all of a sudden, it's very, very, very fucking bright. It's warm, and there's a woman muttering holy things in front of you with her hand in your head, with the rest of your friends of different levels, uh, sort of staring at you.
Woo! It worked.
Oh god. Ah.
I mean,
Garrick,
accurate gift. Sorry.
like you've literally never been in a room this bright.
Yeah. Just hissing, cover my eyes, I guess.
The priest doesn't really. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. No, I've got nothing.
Fair enough. The priest doesn't really react to your hissing, and sort of seems a little bit amused because, well, she's just like it's shining bright light in a kobold's like dropping a cat in a bath. Like it's amusing, but as soon as she stopped making the mutterings and utterances and whatnot, the room eventually sort of fades back to the sort of torchlit state it was in before.
There. God, what happened?
You've been restored, little kobold. Praise the Morning Lord, for he has blessed you.
Do?
And the Morning Lord, how's her? I'm on his door. It's a weird ass pronunciation.
Pipsqueak's alive then. Hooray! In a completely sarcastic tone.
If anyone wants to roll religion, feel free.
Sure.
Yeah. Intelligence.
Mimi, smart.
Yeah, big man smart.
Why is religion intelligence when a cleric's thing is wisdom?
Yeah.
What's the argument for it? It's not so much as it's learned knowledge of religion. So how many religions there are, what religions do, well, etc. It's not so much
I mean,
as
let's face it, the belief in them definitely doesn't fall under wisdom or intelligence, so controversial. Anyway.
Inversely proportional.
So yeah, I'm happy enough for all of you to know. You've heard the Morning Lord, heard all of the Morning Lord before. Those of you that come from the south, I suppose, Tobias, in your case, you would have heard the Morning Lord referred to more normally as Lathander.
Captain Lysander.
Lathander. Vad and Garvek, yeah, I mean, you've heard of the Morning Lord before. You've heard people praise the sun, right? Garvek, yeah, you've heard. You've definitely heard the Morning Lord referred to as a Minotaur. A Minotaur?
A Minotaur. Yep.
A Minotaur. A Monitor? I don't know. It's
type it in.
No, I have. It's like, it's even like weird. The thing doesn't really help that much.
Oh, a Monitor? A Monitor? I don't know.
I mean, Wiki says that.
Yeah, a Mounato.
Or there's not really, but yeah, the thing.
Or is it Morn like dawn?
Morn like yeah.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, a monitor. Yeah, that works. Sure, let's go with that. Yeah.
A Monitor.
Or the.
You forgot to copy the
didn't copy properly. But yeah, a monitor. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No, it just looks very confused. What are you all babbling about?
Yeah.
Yeah, Garvik, you yeah, we've heard both names attributed to the Morning Lord with that role.
Oh, the sun god thing.
Yes, the one that just restored you to life.
We were told that he doesn't shine on kobolds.
It seems he's made an exception. Your friends all give appropriate tribute.
He looks at them very confused.
He gets a very confused look back.
Can't be losing you again, brother.
Neither can I. The first death was bad. Although, I'm getting old now. I'll be 7 next month.
It's not canon.
Sorry?
That is not canon.
Okay. So, where do we go from here?
I mean, it was our plan to go this way anyway, right?
Well, yeah, we've been tasked to find people who are escaping the. I'm not saying this in character, by the way. Just
Yeah,
make it clear.
Okay, yes.
Escaping the lottery, right?
I mean,
So,
that was the plan, yes.
so I guess Bryn Shander is like one of the places to do it, and they're going to be sacrificing tonight. So perhaps we've asked the people in the Morning Lord in this house where we are how it happens, and then we sort of try and investigate a bit.
I don't think that asking here how that stuff would happen is a smart idea.
Probably not.
That's
Would-
like walking into a mosque and asking how to best praise Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they might at least like.
I
They'll be.
Unless you can rephrase it in such a way that you haven't really looked down on it, and that it's a barbaric thing, I suppose you can try. But I don't know if it would do anything. I think our best bet is just waiting for the morning, and then maybe we'll hear something.
I don't
Plus-
know. Like, don't. Is it? First of all, Phil, is it a big spectacle like a hanging where everyone gathers round and watches, or is it just something that happens and then like you get dragged off?
Very much the first. This person is quite literally giving up their life in the lottery to save every other person in the town.
Right. Okay.
It's a solemn duty sort of thing, and so everybody sees it as the decent thing to actually show up and watch it.
Okay. 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 Are there any pubs? I'm guessing it's going to happen in front of the town hall in this square.
Correct.
Are there any pubs in this square?
No, there's not.
What's the closest one?
Northlook would be still be the closest one for you.
Christ. Okay.
Most useful, at least.
At what time do they usually do that ceremony?
Midnight, Phil said. Right.
So basically, that's in 3 hours.
Yeah. So, you know what? Yeah, let's go to the Northlook and wait for midnight. Right? We just hang around, eavesdrop maybe a little bit, and see if there's anyone speaking about like fobbing out the lottery, which I doubt there will be. But, you know, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like an okay plan at least.
If anyone has any objections, speak now.
There's got to be somewhere nice to hang around somewhere in town and drink beer and eat, I don't know, whatever passes for street food here, but there's got to be something good.
Yeah, you see. Basically, while you're deciding this, you hear a knock on the door, and
Sorry, just before we leave the House of the Morning Lord, I'd like to slip the priest one of the sparkly rocks I found in the.
Sure. Roll sleight of hand. She notices. She doesn't notice. She gives you a little half smile of appreciation. But yeah, pretty much as you do that, there's a large knock on the door, and she shouts upstairs, just like, "Cobber, you better get down here. That's gonna be them." And she heads up to the door, and there's a couple of cloaked figures, standard cold weather gear, and they offer a bag tour. And it says, "Hang on," and you'll see what looks to be like a rock gnome in a onesie of sorts. It's very peculiar. A gnome. It's a rock gnome, but it's quite badly stitched together. But it's it's that sort of it's all wool on the inside, and it looks pretty warm, but it's a very shabby job, and built-in mittens, and it's pretty fucking ridiculous, to be honest. Regardless, the gnome sort of doesn't pay attention to you. Heads on over to the door, and just says to the other priest, "All right, well, let's get it over with then." And the bag's offered to both of them, and stick their hand in, and both of them pull out white rocks, and sort of hold them up very clearly to the gentleman at the door. The gentleman at the door say thank you, and head on.
That just happens to be the lottery, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. The priest is like, "What was that?"
Oh, that was the lottery for this month.
Oh. Hmm. I'm
I'm
gonna-
assuming
Oh.
it's good news for you.
I'm gonna whisper to, goddamn white backgrounds. Runuk. Try and do it as quietly as possible. Maybe we should follow them.
Or perhaps send the familiar after?
Might be a smarter idea. If we'll follow,
Obviously.
they
Obviously,
might.
if that's okay with you, Tobias.
Sure.
Runic will at least whisper back to Vedden is that I'd like to avoid them, to avoid our participation.
Hmm. Yes. We should leave though.
Yeah, let's head to the north, Luke.
What direction does this person go?
Sort of counterclockwise, I suppose.
So it sort of goes round in the spiral, or
Yeah, they're heading on right this general direction.
okay.
Sort of.
So how does this lottery work? Is it just rocks in a bag if
Yep.
you draw the wrong one?
Yeah, I would imagine there's like one rock that's death or something, and whoever picks it.
Pretty much.
That sounds like it's very open to like trickery.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you just take out the rock
Yes, but
when you don't want to kill people, and you give them a bag of only the bad rocks.
yes, but you've seen Aureliel.
Oriel.
Oriel, that's the one. Frost Maiden, at least. She won't take that kindly to it.
Hmm.
I think cheating and stuff like this will only bite you back in the ass.
Hmm.
I still think we should follow them.
We can follow them to the North Look.
Yeah. Let's follow them like sort of round. Like. Try and stay sort of a bit back.
Okay. For anyone that's following these folks, I'll take a stealth roll.
What was the
Are we
hissing
all-
for as well?
Are we all going?
I guess I'm curious enough to. Sure.
Bruder will only follow them up to the North Look.
I'm following from much further back. I'm not doing anything active. Stealth is not Tobias's strong point.
So yeah, the rest, you'd all follow along, and it's all going all right for a minute or two, and then Garvey like steps in a bucket of something, trips over, crashes into something else, and makes a bit of a clatter. They
Sorry,
look-
still
look-
a bit stiff. Sorry.
they look back on you at this point. They're only about sort of, the next block up, if you will, and sort of shout back and say, "Oi, have you lot taken your stone yet?"
Yes.
Roll deception.
Fuck. Not as bad as it could be.
Got lucky. And like, all right, what about the rest of you?
I too am gonna go. Sure.
Is that including me, by the way?
No, you're far enough back.
Okay.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
Hey, the dice are holding up. Need one from Garvik and one from Runic.
You're still cursed from the other night, Phil.
Wait a second. Are you saying that they still spotted me with my net 20 stealth check?
Yeah, you're all moving together. Garvik blew your cover.
Hang on, surely it would be a groups check, which means that only one of us has trailed, right?
That means I'll pass the deception check thus far. One from Runic, please. You have to get particularly lucky now.
Wow.
I mean,
Fair enough.
it
Wow,
technically is possible.
these guys are. Yeah, I mean, they seem happy enough that you've all taken a stone and keep on going door to door.
Yep. They just can't remember if they
Well,
if they gave a stone to a centaur today or not.
I mean, that depends. There could be more than two guys going around with stones.
That would make a lot more sense.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So following these people would make no difference at all.
But yeah, I mean, you just don't know that in character. So yeah, I mean, they go house to house, and then by the time they get to here, this would appear to be the last stop on their list, as it were. They just say, right, only one left in our bag. Let's see if you're unlucky or not. And the guy's properly pacing himself, sticks his hand in and pulls out a rock, and it's white. And the guys go, all right, must be one of the other lads then. Have a good night. And then they just head off into the North Look.
how does the guy look that just picked up a white stone?
He sort of collapses a little bit against the door frame, and but there is very definite relief in his face.
Okay, that was what it was. Okay. So
So there's not low level corruption.
yeah, I suppose. Let's just go to the inn and wait until midnight. I suppose.
Just trying to think of a way how we could like try and find them, but like they're gonna be fucking almost done by now.
I mean, I think the easiest one would be if we go there tonight and there is someone that no shows. That would be the easiest way to figure it out, right?
I mean, go to the inns for rumours. I mean, if you found out you're going to be sacrificed at midnight, you'd probably want to get drunk beforehand.
Yeah, sure. Let's go to the Northlook.
Fair enough.
I was just sort of like thinking like, oh, perhaps there's like somewhere secret that we could just stumble upon that maybe the people are like conspiring, but like it's a big old town, so.
So yeah, he's head on to the Northlook. It's definitely a more somber attitude, or somber environment. No, atmosphere. That's the word I was looking for. More somber atmosphere than it was from last time you were there. The new rowdiness. There's very much the same amount of drinking on the go though. But everyone's mumbling about. He's hearing the mumbles of, do you know who it is this time? And oh no, I'm not any news about that. And all this sort of stuff. And like, oh, poor bugger. What if he's going to take the post through the walk? Yeah, he's going to try and find a seat and chill out for the next hour or so.
Is that a dwarf that we met the first night we were in here? Were we in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first night that we were in here as well, or not?
Roll perception. Or investigation, I suppose, in this case.
Okay. Investigation.
Yeah, I didn't see her. It's fairly busy, though, so...
How's the fish?
Still there.
How securely does it look fixed onto the wall?
Fairly securely. There's some big old nails. They've got it like badgered into the like mortar above the fireplace.
Noted.
I'm assuming it hasn't been the first time that the kobold has asked for that question.
Or anyone for that fact.
I'm asking for a very different reason.
Sure.
Why don't you try and buy it off him? Worth asking.
No. So, yeah, if the mood's a bit somber, but it's still relatively busy, I'm going to use this and double its weight.
Oh, interesting.
Can you do that
So it's
on
got advantage on strength checks?
Can you do that on Vaden's brain?
What? What? Baden is perfectly smart enough, thank you very much. It's his fucking tongue that's wrong.
I mean, there's only so much density that a thing can have. I can reduce the density. Yeah. All night, the fish is going to have advantage on strength checks.
Funny enough, as you're sort of chilling out, you all get a beer and or an ale or whatever he's in for tonight. A couple of guys who are apparently a little bit worse for wear. I get up and try and do the classic game of touch old bitey. It seems whatever enchantment's putting old bitey, give him a little heads up that there's a bit more magic on him or something, because he fucking tail slaps this guy and sends him flying back into a table. So yeah, there's a nice bit of laughter about that, and the mood perks up a little bit, if only for sort of 5-10 minutes. We'll have a quick break there.
Okay.
I was half expecting old Bitey to make his name come even more true.
16 intelligence, thank you very much, Kill Slim. It's away.
Damn, you're a smart boy then.
Yeah, but I'm not very talky with 7 charisma, so yee.
The night goes on. About 11:30 or so, people start sort of downing their drinks and heading on out towards the square.
I'll suppose we'll join them.
What kind of atmosphere is it? Like a kind of party atmosphere or a festival atmosphere, or is it a bit more somber than that?
Definitely more somber.
Okay.
Kind of like it's funeral for a friend of a friend, sort of. It's a bit of a weird sort of description, I suppose, but it's that sort of funeral for somebody that you didn't know personally, but you're still there for the funeral, and you need to. It's you're there.
Renuk,
Yes.
can't you use your head to find whoever's skipping this?
Well, I can try, I suppose, but I don't think it will work because technically nobody has skipped yet. But I'll try. Does the mark in my head give any knowledge?
No, nothing at the minute.
Then that's the answer. Nothing at the moment.
So, shortly before the event, the sky actually lights up. The clouds part. The aurora brightens up the whole sky. Oh, just in time, Matt, too.
Hi, sorry.
So yeah, you're all walking down to the square. The sky is cleared up. The blizzard disappears. It is a perfectly clear night at this point. The aurora is going full blast. The moon is up. It's probably as bright as you've ever seen it in the Dale. The whole town is crowded out in the square. Everyone's going back about 2 streets, so the crowd itself is sort of vaguely that sort of big, vaguely. Streets
wow.
out to that far are all sort of packed
Hope
in.
everyone's wearing their masks.
I mean, they are, but that's because it's cold, not because there's a fairly avoidable virus on the go. Anyway, these people take reasonable precautions, so nobody gets sick or dies. Anyway, so where'd it go? So, there's been a plinth set up in the middle of the town. There is a large pole, kind of like the sort of thing you'd expect to see like a witch tied to, like, burned at the stake. But there's no wood around it or anything like that. It's just a pole, and there's sort of set of manacles on it, and there is a sort of man with like a mayor's chain of sorts. There seems some sort of like amulet or chain of office around his words, or like around his furs, and there is a rather cold-looking man of sort of early mid-30s, wearing like normal indoor clothes, not like cold weather gear or anything like that. He is shivering his fucking arse off, standing in the middle of the thing. But as soon as everyone's gathered, the man will speak up and will say, "We have our sacrifice for the month. The lottery was carried out fairly as always, and it is with a heavy heart I carry out this duty." He turns to the man and says, "Arturus, what do you wish? The pole or the long walk?" And you don't hear the response. But the speaker turns back around to the crowd and does a sort of vague sort of 360 as he says it, and says, "Arturus has chosen the walk. We shall see him to the gates." And you see the man Arturus take off his clothes, drops them the ground before him. He's shivering, he's white as a sheet, and you can tell sort of like his nose and his ears and stuff are particularly red, with all the blood rushing to them, and see some very early signs of frostbite setting in on him. He does a reasonable job of keeping his sort of head high and back straight, and walking as best as he can back down off the plinth into the crowd, which part reverently for him, and he starts walking towards the east gate. The crowd is dead silent. Not one person has said a word. Some people, when he walks past, don't part way completely and maybe set a hand on his shoulder or do something like that. Nobody tries to stop him, warm him up, or do anything of the sort. Treating very reverently. There is, women in the crowd that start crying, and the children don't quite seem to know what's going on, all that sort of stuff.
Who brings their children to a thing like this?
Everybody.
People used to
pays
bring
their
their children
respects.
to a hanging dodge. Like
It wasn't. It wasn't getting hung.
No, I know,
Just-
but like, I mean, back when hangings used to happen, children used to watch. It used to be quite the spectacle. And then it totally wasn't.
Hmm?
I assume it's the same sort of thing.
It's going to follow the sort of. I mean, to call it a
Morbid
funeral.
Congo?
Yeah, to call it a funeral march would be very appropriate. Going to follow on down to the East Gate, or have you seen enough?
Is everyone following this on?
Most people. There seems like the people that are particularly upset. Mostly sure like the women and children are sort of hanging behind, but all the men of the town are keeping a stiff upper lip and all that, and are following on to pay respects for their families, and will be doing so.
Runic would follow the crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, no, I've got nothing. Follow along.
Fair enough. Yeah, you all follow along and you arrive at the east gate. A couple of the guards obviously posted there for such an occasion. Open the door up, open the gates up, and ask him if he has any last words for the crowd. He simply turns around and says, "Live well." And at this point, he's so cold, he's practically hobbling out the gate. His feet are frostbitten at this point.
Kavek would tap Tobias and say, can you, read the mind of the mayor and see what he's thinking as he's sending somebody out into the wilderness to die?
Oh, yeah, Tobias would nod back and he would, hold on a second, how does Garvik know Tobias can do this?
Oh, yeah, good point. Garvik has no idea.
I don't know, Phil, has this ever been revealed? I can't remember.
Not explicitly, no. I don't think you've talked to Garvek mentally, so
He's talked to Garvik mentally.
I've talked to Garvik
mind.
mentally. I've not. I don't think Tobias has revealed that he can read.
No,
minds.
I definitely. No, wouldn't have said he's been able to read minds.
Disregard them.
Yeah.
Okay. If you phrase it in another way, I might be able to comply. What do you think the mayor speaks? No? Okay.
No, without knowing that knowledge, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sort of says his last words, and the speaker pulls down her hood and sort of taps him or sort of places her hand on his shoulder one more time and sends him on his way with some quiet words that none of you can sort of quite make out. She gestures towards the stairs on either side of the gate, and once again, sort of another portion, like some of the crowds sort of stay down, but some head on up to the walls to watch him make his walk. Go up to the walls, or
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Runic.
Yeah.
Pretty much the point where he crosses the threshold of the town, you actually get a vibe of. I'm trying to find the right word for it.
I can hear you typing, by the way, Dodge.
I think satisfaction, I think, could be the right. It's very much an emotion that's imparted to you rather than any specific like command or anything like that. You just get a. I mean, it's a frigid because of who it is, but there is you do get a distinct feeling of satisfaction with this sacrifice.
I suppose then when that feeling starts, then Runic will try to keep a straight face, but you will notice some disgust on it.
I mean, it's fair to say the feelings are secondary to your own. Like, it's a sense you're getting from somewhere else. But yeah.
Yes, I know. That's where
Okay,
my disgusting feeling is coming from.
Okay, no worries. Just clarifying. So yeah, you see the figure walk on off into the tundra, sort of getting slower and slower, more hobbled, and sort of begins stumbling around this point. And as soon as he's very sort of clearly out of line, the storm and the blizzard picks up once again, almost as if it was stopped locally for the sacrifice, and visibility is once cut back down, and you can't see the hobbled figure anymore.
Then I suppose when that storm picks up again and the visibility vanishes, then we'll just start walking back to the Northlook.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't know what the others are doing, but okay.
Vaden would follow Renok, so.
Would Wolverine say anything to Runuk or nothing at all?
On the way back,
Mm-hmm.
when he's sort of out of earshot of like a lot of people, yeah, maybe. Be something like, so.
She was pleased.
So, no corruption.
Well, I don't know. She just seems satisfied. The evil that she is.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll know more in the morning.
It's fine for you to like feel her thoughts, but I try and get a quick glimpse, and suddenly I'm the bad guy.
Well, the reason why I feel her thoughts is because of your little glimpse. I'm kind of unable to see the comparison with me feeling her feelings unwanted and you voluntarily taking a glimpse. So you're still the bad guy.
Fine.
Let's just head
Alrighty
to
then.
the one. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Heading to Northlook and rooms for that, I assume.
That would be appreciated. I don't think sleeping outside with -70 is that smart of an idea.
No, it's not.
Oh wait, well, while we're back in the Northlook,
Yes.
can I ask around for the two travelers that we saw? If people might know something about them?
Sure. Roll. Uh, uh, hmm.
This is a fun one, isn't it?
Yeah. Hmm. I don't know, just give me like a general charisma roll.
Sure.
Nice. You ask around the bar. I mean, even with that, you don't have like a lot of luck trying to get people to talk to you. Nobody's really in the mood to. They just sort of like drinking their emotions away at this point. But from for that, you do successfully get around everyone at the bar, and you're happy that everyone has given you an honest enough answer. No one here has been like waiting for anyone or heard of any travelers matching the sort of description you're able to give.
Okay. Odd. But okay. Then Brunok wouldn't look any further.
Alright then. Yeah, rooms for the night are 4 silver a piece.
God damn it.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't have given them all my silver. Okay.
Yeah, and there's being Brinshander, there's of course a wide variety of drinks available. But long resting, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah. Yeah, we just wake up in the morning, head on down. People are, getting about their day again. A couple of people definitely have at least light hangovers, but are otherwise working through them and pulling themselves out of the tavern and getting back to it.
In the morning, have I gotten any more feelings from that? Well, from her?
No.
That is good then, I suppose.
How long is it? And this is just a general question. How long is it till the next full moon?
By another month?
How many 10 days are in a month?
About 30.
30 10 days?
Hmm?
So you mean 3 10 days a month?
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody else find it weird that we use the metric system for like days of the week and currency, but not for units of measure?
Don't you find it weird that we use 5-foot squares instead of 5-foot hexagons too?
You're right. We should ditch all the platinum and gold and all that and start using pounds, shilling, and pence.
Oh, good lord.
And then we can all figure out how the hell that works.
It's been
Yeah,
50 years, hasn't it?
Something like that.
What was it? 19? It was like 71, 72?
Yeah, it is 50 years. They've just released a load of commemorative coins.
Very correct.
Like half pennies.
Yeah.
Inflation would have seen to them anyway, but
Well, yeah.
Half pennies? Oh, then you're lucky. I mean, the coin I'm still missing the most from the youth is... What the fuck was it? It was 2.5 guilders.
but why?
It's the biggest coin you can get. It's a quarter of a 10.
How
So you
how
get
big
rid
is how big is big? I mean, could you use it as a cup coaster?
No,
not quite that big.
No. It was
I
very
mean,
common.
we've got
there-
£5 coins.
Yeah, but we didn't have two guilder coins. We just had a 2.5 guilder coin.
Was that the currency before
Yes.
the euro?
Yes.
Guilders from something else other than the Netherlands, of course.
Anyway, what's the plan, guys?
We may have gone off topic.
Yeah,
Slightly,
maybe a little bit.
only slightly.
Just a little bit. Yeah, what is the plan actually? Are we going to head back to Lonelywood now that we've defrosted the kobold?
I mean, that was the immediate concern. I guess we should at least see if the kobolds have made off with, the entire bar. Just carried it off into the woods, plank by plank.
I mean, I am kind of worried that they've demolished the bar for the wood because,
Yeah, they probably have.
yeah.
Although
We're going to have only boarded up windows.
oh god. Although Nimsy did say she'd send some people round, so they might have whipped them into shape and told them to what to fucking do and stuff.
I guess the alternative is that we trek over to Caer Konig, but that seems like it might take a little while.
Yeah.
We could also
we could just cut
ask
across
him,
country.
Oh yeah, that'll work well.
We could also go ask him Prince Chandra if there's any other work like this side,
Before we go,
or
I
like a
suppose.
bit closer, like in East Haven maybe, or Goodmead. I don't know.
I mean, we could also do the same thing in Targos if there's nothing here.
Yeah. So, what do we want to do?
I think checking up on the kobolds in a not too distant future is a good idea. So going to Caer Konig is not that smart of an idea for now.
Okay, so if we go back to Lonelywood today, right, which will get us there for excuse me, late afternoon again. Well, late afternoon. It's a bit earlier now, so yeah, late afternoon, early evening time, kind of time. We check up on the kobolds and what they've done, because we've only left them for a day. And then we fix anything that they've done wrong. Then perhaps we go to Caer Konig.
There we go.
I mean, that's possible. I mean, whatever Net2 is saying is also possible, but I don't know how good that area would be traversable.
I would not recommend going across country.
Nope.
Well, there's
Tell you
this
if
other
you-
Free.
Like, I'll tell you for free, you're going to be ending up, going to the Sea of Moving Ice at some point. You'll end up having to go to the Spine of the World at some point. You'll end up having to, maybe go over here, or maybe over here, or maybe over here, or even here.
Yeah, when you zoom out, it's like, yeah.
Or here,
But
or
Phil,
even way up here,
but
or
Phil,
here.
Phil, I don't want to go to the Sea of Moving Ice.
Well, sometimes the plot calls, but I mean, if you want to stay around and run a bar in Lonelywood, yeah, I mean, it's your campaign.
Perhaps. Well, we could go. Well, okay. So you say so. Right. So, Runnock, you're saying go back to Lonelywood, right?
Well, the thing is, going back to Lonelywood for me depends on how much you trust the kobolds.
Well, no matter what, it's going to take him a couple of days to do anything. So we could give him a week and see what happens.
Yes. If it goes out of hand, though, then that's a lot of damage a bunch of kobolds can do in a week.
And the mummy.
And the awakened shrub, mind.
Oh no.
Awakened mind shrub?
Oh no, poor shrub.
The poor shrub.
Well, yes, because you remember telling them that they could use any wood on the floor.
Any wood that's about, they'll be tearing at the floorboards and the shrub, the shrub as well.
And the shrub.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you say if we'll be back in a week as possible, then I'd say then let's just go to Care König. Or maybe first to
Govic's got no idea what's gone on.
Care Dinnerful. I mean, I guess we can update Garvik. How much he missed.
Yeah, his questions will be like, did you tell them specifically what you wanted? And did you make it very clear that they're not to damage, harm, or steal from anybody in town?
We made that bit clear.
How clear? Like, crystal clear. No wiggle room whatsoever.
Baden's response to that be to, like, they said, yes, boss, and then he'll wink like this. And
oh no. That's okay. Did you tell the rest of the town that there's a band of kobolds, a mummy, and a talking plant?
We told Nimsy about the kobolds.
But not about the walking undead monstrosity that we'd lured into our tavern.
Well,
somehow it slipped our mind.
I see.
And I mean, the shrub doesn't talk common.
And you gave the mummy instructions to do what exactly?
Make sure that the kobolds don't go around stealing.
Did we?
I mean, I'm assuming that's what Tobias told the mummy.
The last instructions I remember being given were to watch over Garvek in the night.
Oh, well, we went back before we came to Bryn Shander. We went quickly back towards the.
Oh, okay.
Tavern, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Were the kobolds armed when you left?
I mean, they had two of them, so yeah.
They each had two arms.
It's something.
Were they armed, Phil, when we left?
Oh yeah, like at no point do you guys disarm them.
Okay.
They're as tooled up as they were when you find them in the cave.
Okay, what's the general consensus then?
I mean,
we probably, just to be on the safe side, we probably should go back to Lonelywood.
Yes, that's why I was proposing it.
I think SL is convinced.
But then again, we should probably ask our kobold expert.
Yeah,
Whether
what
you-
does a kobold think?
I mean, if you gave them detailed instructions and they gave their word, like that they would follow those instructions and like didn't, wink or anything, then that should be fine.
They didn't. Fuck it. Let's go back to Lonelywood then.
How much damage can they do in a couple of days?
They're kobolds. A lot.
How much damage could you do in a couple of days?
Well, yes, but I'm capable of like thought.
Yes, and there's 8 of them. Is it 8?
9.
Yeah.
4,
9.
6, yeah, 9.
I mean, let's quickly head back, and then in Lonelywood, maybe we can buy some rations for the trip to Gerkönig? Gerdinneval? I don't know what East want to go to.
Well, Koenig's presumably, the location we want, as it's why we heard the rumour about.
True.
Otherwise, we're just going sightseeing, so...
I was going to say, either way, you won't be able to make it there in a day.
We won't be able to make it there in a day.
No, the most you can do in a day is 12 miles. It is 20 miles.
Would we be able to reach Gerdinneval within? No.
Yeah.
Not even that.
Oh yeah, you can reach Gerdinneval, all right. Well, I'm happy enough to say you can reach Gerdinneval since it's
Yeah, it's 16 miles, so...
I yeah, it's close enough. But that's pushing it, and I'm going to ask for like an exhaustion before you get quite that far.
Really?
I mean, other modes of transportation are available.
Oh, that's
than
true.
than your foot sleds,
Also, would it be quicker to move on the roads with things such as snowshoes?
On the roads, it makes no difference whatsoever if you get snowshoes or not.
Okay.
Galvic needs to buy some supplies, like rations and that sort of thing.
Just fly
Just
over.
while we're in town, while I think about it.
Yeah, no worries.
Is that just PHP prices, or is it?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
British Islander's like the best service, so you're going to see like the least amount of price variation here.
If you look on your sheet, there's a equipment shop. It's got all the PHP prices in it.
Yeah,
Where am I
if
looking?
The 3 dots, top right of your character sheet, and it says equipment shop next to import. That will take out of your money.
Awesome.
So yeah, if you want to take from the party pot, feel free, but and take it off that and add it to your character sheet. And I'm gonna take literally no part in how your party goal is managed. I'm here to give it to you. If you want to fight over it and do whatever you want with it, that is completely on you.
Yes, but I think for now the biggest question is: do we first check on the kobolds, or shall we not? I don't know. What's Tobias' opinion about it?
Well, check on the kobolds or not?
Yes.
I mean, they probably haven't destroyed the place. I remember specifying using things in the. I mean, I only said like board up the broken windows, right? I mean, they can't possibly have destroyed the place.
I mean, you said boarded the broken windows, fix the hole in the roof with the wood on the floor.
With like broken pieces and stuff.
Yeah, if you
I'll
state it
put
like that, then should possibly be fine.
I mean, Nimsy sent someone over to try and fix it for us anyway.
I'm not sure if he actually organised the time and place for that to happen.
I mean, I imagine they would have just come over when they're free, when they're ready, when they're like good and
Yeah.
ready and stuff. So
Especially since Sven said that we would pay after we get back.
Okay.
So
I didn't
Then-
say I didn't say anything like that. I just said that we needed wood, and she was like, "Oh, I can send some boys over." So
I remember you saying that we would pay later.
we probably would say Well, I thought it was implied that we paid later anyway. So
Yeah. But I mean, if that's the case, then I don't particularly care what the others want.
Okay.
Should be fine with the kobolds, I guess.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, there is a stable in town. It's dog stable at this point, really.
no,
think we should-
no axe speaks.
Yeah, there's probably a few of them as well.
X-Speak.
The equivalent of a horse in 10 towns.
Mm.
These.
Ah.
Well, equivalent of a mule, I would say, but yes.
So do we want to get some quicker stuff to get to Kerkernik then?
We could do. How quick would an axe speak be? If an axe speak was an axe speak.
I would say certainly snowshoes would be a good idea, or snow. Actually, no, just regular snowshoes would do for Othello, I guess. Just need 4 of them.
I mean, snowshoes is for like the off-road sort of cross-country stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm now just trying to imagine Othello with winter tires, with those chain tires.
Snowshoes. That's what she has. Snowshoes. 4 of them tied to hooves.
I was going to say, going by weight alone, Othello would need quite a decent pack of dogs in front of her.
Would Othello be able to keep up? Is the question. If
No.
She wouldn't.
No.
I've got an idea. What you do is on each side, each set of hooves gets tied to a ski, and then the dogs pull me along. What can possibly go wrong with that?
I
Just,
can
sit in
increase
the dog
her,
sled.
I can increase a fella's movement speed.
Yeah,
For
but
how
then
long?
then endurance is the problem for Othello.
Yeah.
Or you could just rent a dog sled.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How expensive would that be?
Let me double check.
And would a dog sled hold us all?
No,
No.
3.
Okay, so we'd need 2 dog sleds. Or 3 dog sleds.
3. Othello needs one to yourself, going by standard.
Can't
Uh,
we just put Garvek on Othello's back?
Yeah, but there's still like myself, who is the next heaviest person, yourself, Reduk, Tobias, and then Garvek. Like,
Okay, yes.
I imagine it would be Reduk and Tobias on one, me and Garvek on another, and then Othello on her own.
pretty much, yeah. So yeah. Let me check. Where did the things go? It's one of those really annoying things that the books. I'm sure you came across this. Like they've made it seem like such a incremental, such a like an important part of the campaign, or such a useful mechanic of the campaign. Yet haven't made any very clear, like outlines prices and whatnot.
Wait, what's this for?
Oh, there's no like hard and fast like rental price for some reason.
Oh, rental price.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of to buy prices.
How much would it be to buy 3 dog sleds?
Empty sled costs you 20 gold pieces, and the dogs are 50 gold apiece.
Christ.
Not
Yep.
cheap.
Although, if you, I did read this a little bit actually myself. If you read the sled rules and how much a dog can carry, it's 15 times what a dog can carry minus the sled weight, right?
Yeah.
How much can a dog carry?
Strictly speaking, a single sled dog can pull 360 pounds, but that's complete bullshit. So I'm quite like at least a pack of 4 per sled
Okay.
for any 2 of you or Othello, because that's just reasonable. But yeah, so you're going to be going to think Kakonic with this, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's actually a good way of doing it. I like that. So remember I said there's a courier service at Phoenix. So these guys are essentially part of aforementioned courier service. But they do it's instead of like renting carriages, they they will drive people to wherever they need to go for and price.
Yeah.
So the prices are 1 silver per person per mile.
Okay. How many miles? No.
20 miles.
It's 20 miles to Koenig.
So that's
So it's 20 silver each.
Pretty much.
So 2 gold.
2 gold. But that gets you there in just shy of 5 hours. Sorry, 6 and a bit. No. Yeah, but 6.5 hours.
6.5 hours. So that would be no.
really fucking fast.
3 in the afternoon, ish.
Yep.
No, not 3 in the afternoon. 1 in the afternoon. Because, well, 1:30 to be precise. Because it's 7 now. Should be. You said 6 hours, right? 5 hours.
6 hours, yeah.
6 hours. So it's 3 to 10 o'clock, and then another 3 till 1. So yeah.
Mhm.
Maths. So it'd be 1:30 in the afternoon if we leave right now.
Yep.
I mean, we do have the gold in the party fund, I suppose.
No, there's 2 gold each.
Yeah, it's 10 in total.
10 gold saves us a day. Probably worth it.
Sure.
Sweet. So yeah, you pay the guys up and you're on your way. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is there somebody paid from that party fund then?
Unless we'll go to Bremen and try and barter for one of the dog sleds.
Let's not bother.
Welcome to Koenig.
It was
Okay.
fast.
Oh, Speaker's house is right there.
Right there.
Ooh, what's this ruin?
Let Phil speak about the town first.
No, what's
Yeah,
this? What's that? What's this?
No, we need to know about snowflakes first, Phoenix. That's how this works.
Snowflake ratings.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, your snowflake ratings for Carconic are 2 in friendliness, a 2 in services, and but a 3 for comfort.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm. Okay. So there's what one tavern that you can stay in, and it's quite a good one.
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool. Anything else about the town?
Nothing especially.
Uh, Okay. Was it mentioned who the speaker was?
I mean, you will notice that the thingy mentioned the guy's name was Trovis. But yeah, so when he's coming into town, it's a little bit odd. The town seems very still. There doesn't seem to be a lot of movement. Everyone's very much in their houses. You know, there's not even like 1 or 2 people walking around the streets as there normally is. Yeah, it's a reasonably calm day. It's a reasonably warm day as well, as far as Icewind Dale goes as well. So, generally speaking, days like this, it's a bit nicer. But yeah,
What was the name of the speaker again?
it was. Where'd it go? Trovis.
Cool. Okay.
And I have a perception test, please,
Perception, of course.
From everyone?
from everyone.
Garlic changed mine to a 15. Can I have that instead?
Fair enough. Runic, you're the only one not surprised. But as soon as you just walk on into town a little bit, a few mounds of snow around you basically like explode, and people jump out, brandish weapons at you, and go, "Aha! Who goes there?"
Can I look not amused at it?
And
Othello says, "Is this some kind of charming local custom? Or are you really trying to get your heads hacked off?"
with a sigh, Garwick, you in particular, would be uh, attentive at this point. A silver dragonborn sort of takes the scarf off his head and sighs and says, you're clearly not them. Pardon my manners, a bit chitty with all the thieving going on. I'm Travis, the town speaker."
Oh, is this your invisible bandits, was it? Thieves?
Thieves.
Thieves.
You seem sort of sort of jiggle a looks like a wine glass, or maybe like a trying like a what could be like a bottle of ale or something in his hand, and he seems to have a little sort of smirk of disappointment at it. It says, "Yes, I was up all night trying to catch the bastards. Seem to have passed out a little bit there."
Huh. sleeping outside's not really recommended.
Makes no difference to me.
Is he like dressed the same as I am, or is he still dressed in like winter furs and stuff?
Definitely lighter dressed. It's fair to say.
So where are we at this point? Just are we in town? Just outside town?
On the party marker.
Right. Huh.
I mean, pointing at the speaker's house. Shall we go inside? Maybe you can tell us a bit more about those thieves.
It looks up and down and is like, "Who are you?"
I'm Runuk. Nice to meet you. And then I will the others.
Pardon.
Tobias.
And I'm Garvik.
All right then, come on in. And you see him sort of pinch his nose and he's starting to see all the typical signs of a hangover.
I would ask him if he would like some help with that obvious hangover.
Yeah, go on then.
I will cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Sure.
I mean, technically it counts as an affliction, I suppose.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, you see him pick up and feel a bit better. The belabored breathing has stopped, and he invites us on in and takes a seat in what appears to be a rather comfy-looking chair, and gestures for you all to sit him down in the living room with him. It's decorated a bit like you know, so like trophy hunters, but it's not game. It's random tokens. There seems to be sort of like a large paw of some scaly creature. Seems to be, you know, like lots of random trophies from various monsters, as well as some weapons in various states of disrepair. You know, there's even like a mace, which is, it looks like it's hit something so hard it's bent about 60 degrees for backing itself. You know, plenty of mementos.
Everything looks like it's got a story.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. So feeling a bit better. He just gets on down to it, and it's like, right. So the times there's some thievery troubles. No one's really seeing anything. Just the other night, the lantern over at the Northern Light was stolen. Corey won't let me hear the end of it because I haven't been able to find those responsible. Not yet, anyway. But I have a knack for this stuff. It didn't give up when I was tracking. I don't hear about that. Although, and he seems to like look off wistfully at the sort of large, scaly foot that's hanging a plaque in the wall.
What does it look? What does it look like it's come from?
Because it doesn't really matter. It looks like it's coming from like a large crocodile, perhaps.
Oh right, okay. I was expecting a nature check.
I suppose Val hasn't really seen any of those, so
Yeah.
That bastard like to hide under the water there. And I haven't checked the lake. and he sort of looks for like half a second as if he's going to get up and go and actually go do that. And then he sort of catches himself on, and so he like unsheathes the sword that was lying casually beside his chair, and starts sort of waving it around lazily. It's like almost like he's conducting the conversation with it, and well, tell you what, I'll take you on down, and we'll go have a little look and see if we can set you in the right path, eh? So yeah, I mean, he basically
So
stands.
did we get his name?
Travis.
Travis.
Yes. So I mean, as soon as you just got in, he basically stands just back up again because he has a better idea, and that is to take you to the scene of the crime. And he says, "Nice seeing you, young kobold. It reminds me of a fantastic story." He's telling you all this in the way around to the tavern. It's quite a classic. If you notice the rather large bent mace in the wall there, yeah, that once belonged to an ogre. I kicked him into a river, I did, and watched him float away while yes, good story, good times, good times. He's telling the truth. It's a little bit embellished, but he is telling the truth.
Not like Gilderoy Lockhart sort of character.
No, like, he's definitely on the older side of a dragonborn. There's like a little bit of sort of flakiness around the edge of some of his scales and that that sort of thing.
Does he have a tail?
Yes.
As long as I can do it without seeming rude, I would like to just sort of start. If I'd ask him first. Would you mind if I was just quickly just do a little ritual to cast detect magic? I think it might before we go to the scene of the crime. Just see if we can detect anything with that.
All right, young kobold, if you insist. I haven't told you about the time I once tricked a group of you kobolds into believing I was a dragon in humanoid form. Oh, that was a hoot. I had them practically eating out of my hand and worshipping me. It was good times.
Yeah, you should have seen the first time I conjured fire.
You're odd for a kobold.
Well, I've not always been a kobold.
Right. And he's not even questioning that. He's just sort of, it's like, yeah, of course you were. Yeah. He's rolling with it for simplicity's sake.
I mean,
yeah.
just ask my brother.
It's true.
Yeah. So I, on the way there, he's just going through all the bits and pieces and says, "Okay, so the list is the we have a color switching magic lantern taken from the inn, a pair of goats stolen from the local tavern, and a small sack of pearls. Actually, they're carved into decorative beads. Very good job actually. Gone missing from the stores of Frozen Fire Expeditions, which he sort of gestured sort of back up the road at this point.
Well, I can certainly see why this robbing spree spread spread across the land. Some high-level crime. I don't say this out loud.
You can say it mentally to him then.
I say it mentally to Vaden.
That works. Vaden, you hear Garvik's voice in your head, but his lips aren't moving.
Vaden's going to get that 1,000-yard stare again. Do I recognize it, first of all, as Vaden's, as Garvik's voice?
Yeah, it's very clearly his voice.
Okay. Yeah, Vaden's just going to shiver, like, "Ugh, brother."
Yes? Still in his head.
Don't.
But what? Magic Rock let me do it.
I do not
Can't
trust.
say no to a Magic Rock.
I do not trust that magic rock.
Fine.
Yeah, Trovis leads on to the Northern Light, still brandishing his sword around. I mean, it is a rather nice sword in all fairness, but he's still brandishing it and regaling more seemingly tall tales. But I mean, even with that sort of previous insight check, you're not quick to dismiss them. They are. I mean, realistically, if you compare them to the stuff you guys have done so far, they're really not that far fetched.
Yeah.
Certainly nothing as ridiculous as killing a talking moose and then, raising a mummy from the dead.
Or a kobold that used to be a Goliath.
Exactly. So when you arrive there, the inn appears to be mostly empty. The hook very clearly meant to carry a lantern above the inn's entrance is very obviously empty. And as soon as you enter, a young woman looks up and gives Trovis a sort of chastising smile and says, "Did you fall asleep outside again? I'm telling you, Trovis, one day you're going to have to stop relying on the kindness of strangers." And he sort of cringes a little bit and seems appropriately chastised. And then she like sort of sticks her head in the kitchen and sort of and you hear call out, heat some up for Trovis. He's been out patrolling again. And she gestures over to a table and it's like, "The usual spot, I assume?" And he's yes, and sits himself on down, and she smiles at you a lot, nice and welcomingly, and gestures over to the table that Travis sat down at.
Garvik smiles back, but he's a kobold, so imagine the smile as you will.
Mm-hmm. Like a crocodile smiling, but small. Yeah. As soon as you're all settled, she brings out a pot of soup of some sort and a couple of sort of small loaves, and gets Troves all set up. Pours each of you a bowl and sits down, has a chat. So I'm guessing Trovis has roped you a lot into sorting this out for us. We did hear word there was some adventures around 10 Towns. I'm guessing you're them?
Maybe. What did you hear?
I heard you were setting up in Lonelywood.
Word travels fast.
Well, Nimsy's a deer, so we can see why you would stay there.
She's a what?
A deer, a gentle soul. And she, genuinely
Oh.
confused. A good person.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Talking animals. Forget I said anything.
So I'm assuming that stuff has been stolen from here. Well,
The whole town's been had their experience of break-ins. No one's seen anyone though. There's been sets of tracks though. And leans in a little bit. You know what? I reckon it's the dwarves. No one else has that many nails in their shoes. You can see it in the tracks.
dwarf? Here?
Nails in their shoes.
Wouldn't
Yeah, you
dwarves
know,
have
like-
less nails in their shoes because their feet are smaller because they're shorter?
I mean, I've got nails in my shoes.
Yeah,
Like-
most people have.
Although most people's shoes aren't
10
made out of
usually.
iron.
But I think we're missing the point. So you think it's the dwarves?
Yeah, there's a set of tracks heading towards the cairn.
But surely the way to tell it's dwarves is because the spacing between footsteps is shorter, not just because of boot nails, right?
Well, that too, of course, but they're dwarves. They're sneaky.
I mean, each
I-
way to figure it out would be
I
follow
bet-
those.
I bet they're out for all the food and the ale. Must have ran out of booze or something. I don't know.
I mean, easiest way to do is just to follow the foot
though,
tracks.
you know
Can I-
what they say. Quiet dwarf is an oxymoron.
Can I insight to just see if she's like genuine believes this or if she's just a racist?
By all means, yeah. Both. Even with that insight check, you're not sure which came first.
Okay.
And then what appeared to be like her sister, maybe, she sticks her head out of the kitchen and says, No. Dwarf wouldn't have seen it. Dwarf wouldn't have done this. Someone would have spotted them. Besides, what use do hungry dwarves have for a lantern?
That's also a valid point. But one of you was talking about some tracks, right?
And the girl at the table says, "Yeah, they're just, heading on up to the cairn."
Can?
Kelvin's cairn. There's some dwarves that live in the valley there.
Huh.
Interesting. Then I'll think we'll pay those dwarves a visit, I suppose.
Yeah, that'll show him.
Yeah, I know about dwarves.
Hey, well, the little bugger stole our lantern. That was nice. That was. Really set the place off.
How high up is the lantern hook?
I don't know, like it's just above the door, so about I mean, but, when it's high, about 6 foot, I suppose.
So you'd need like 2 dwarves stood on top of each other to reach it.
I guess.
Or
I
a
mean-
dwarf with a kickstool.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I mean, we did see those 3 kobolds standing on top of each other.
Yeah, but kobolds are intelligent, crafty.
Dwarves aren't.
Not even in the same league.
Hmm.
I've not really seen a quiet dwarf.
That's exactly the problem. Nobody's seen anything.
Except for the tracks.
Maybe we ask the dwarves.
What?
That's my plan. Sounds to be
Yeah.
the easiest one.
okay. Do you want her to like show you to the tracks then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, if the tracks are still around.
Yeah, she says, she reckons the sneaky little buggers come most nights to try and get something. They came the last 3 nights, so no reason they didn't come. The night that just went, basically, like over the full moon. So yeah. I'll just please on right here. Yeah, use your Carconic, obviously.
Yeah.
So she sort of points towards the mountain and there's a small set of tracks. They're sort of partially filled in by the snow that's sort of happened in the sort of recent hours. But they're clear enough to follow, and for the first little while, you probably won't. Well, I'll tell you it's free. You don't even need to make a survival check for the first little while. They're obvious enough.
Based on the tracks, would I be able to guess how many dwarves there are?
I'll take a survival check for that.
Also, if we're going across country,
Mhm.
would the whatchamacallit, the expeditions place,
Yeah,
would they sell snowshoes?
yeah, absolutely.
Could I buy a pair of snowshoes?
You may.
Good.
How
I would
expensive are they?
I would recommend everybody does that.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sure.
How much?
Check your whatever the like list price is.
All right, equipment shop. Okay.
Yep. Two gold pieces.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jet, actually, I had an item, like a source before it all show.
Wait, how do I add this to my equipment? Do I press the add button?
So the 3 pips, and then go to equipment shop.
The 3 pips. What?
3 pips at the top right of your sheet beside the close.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's then equipment shop, and then that'll be blank. Then hit choose item sources. Then the SRD. Confirm that, and then it'll all show up.
Thank you.
And then all you need to do is do the clickety clicks.
Yep, and it will automatically remove the gold.
Tobias and Gavak will do the for me meme, like putting fingers together, looking up puppy dog eyes. Like,
Oh, yeah.
can I get 2 gold pieces?
Do you not have 2 gold?
No. I have 1
okay.
gold, 9 silver, and 2 copper.
Actually, I think an easy way to do this is everybody does it from the party marker. Or actually, no, fuck that.
I've already done it.
Yeah, that's right.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
Tobias would give him 2 gold.
Oh, there we go.
All
Yeah,
right.
straight into the inventory. That's quite clever.
Yeah, I'll just take the cold off.
Yep, I've just put them on my sheet. And
Do I have to
snowshoes.
buy 2 pairs?
Yes, of course.
Just thought of that.
Wait a
Oh,
second.
you
Couldn't-
have.
Couldn't Garvik have tried to get cheaper child-sized ones?
They
a good point.
they do the same job, so nope.
No.
I mean, what weight do you need to be to fall through the ice? Fall through the snow.
It's not so much of that. It's the surface area of your feet versus the
Have you
weight of
seen
you
the
makes
size
you
of a
sink into the snow.
kobold's feet?
Yeah,
in
I
comparison?
I expect they're quite small compared, like like proportionate to their body, right?
Yeah, I mean the
D-
proportion is going to be basically the same as like anyone else's. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
So in reality, it doesn't really matter as long as the
Yeah.
weight is spread over, a similar
I've
sort of surface area.
already bought them, but
Yeah.
all right, gents. I assume that's everybody bought up. So, yeah, you get out of town about 100 yards or so, 100 meters, and the tracks start getting a little bit vaguer. So I will take a group survival check.
Okay.
So group survival.
Yep.
yeah.
Thanks. So yeah, as always, Othello, Runic, you two are the ones that keep everybody correct. We'll say one of you is at the front and one of you is at the back to make sure nobody strays off. Going by the rules, Othello, I'm assuming you're in front.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That also
Fair
might
enough.
be smart when we're dealing with dwarves.
Cool. So yeah, you follow the tracks for about an hour or so, and let me just check my distances. Cool. So yeah, can I have another travel check, please?
How is that worse?
Tobias, it's your turn to keep the group on track. Othello and Runic seem to almost like veer off for a second and start following some divots, which even you can tell aren't like footprints. You correct them, and you get another bit closer again. A couple of hours gone by at this point. The snow's fairly deep, and it's pretty snowy. Very much at the base of the mountain at this point. Can I have one last survival check, please?
Oh god. I'm proficient with survival.
Same.
Cool. So, Vaden, since you had the highest survival, I'm going to assume you're at the front.
Yeah,
Cool.
makes sense.
Runic's next. Who's after Runic?
Middle of the pack as always.
Well, it'd be Othello after Ruddock, because being as he's got the next highest, and if you're doing it by survival, and then Garlic and then Tobias.
Hmm.
If you were doing it that way.
Is it too late to say I'd cast Mage Armor before leaving the town?
Yes. Let me just double check one little thing. Okay. So, you make your way around a particularly weird path in the mountain following the tracks, and you come across a blocky stronghold, bereft of warmth or charm, jutting out of the hillside in a rough crescent shape. Only part of its construction is visible, the rest is buried in the stone. Let's pause. You can't even see anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Dwarves, it is then.
The chest load.
It's fine. Dwarves are very famously, even-tempered, never grumpy. Sure, they'll welcome us with open arms.
Hmm.
It's just for vision's sake, because it's all dim vision anyway, so I'll give you the fog of war for the area you can actually see.
Oh, rain.
It's supposed to be monochrome.
Yes.
Okay.
Dim light, I'm guessing.
Or darkness.
Yeah, it's dim light. It's Icewind Dale. It's never brighter than dim.
Okay. Are we going to be sneaking in, or are we gonna just walk on up?
But yeah, you can save that for next week. I'll give you the description, but we'll be doing that next week at this point. So, a large double door of stone serves as the main entrance. The train leading to it is a gently upward sloping plain covered with fresh snow. A stream used to flow out of a barred culvert over here to the northeast of the main entrance, but the waterway is frozen. Two other barred openings can be seen along the stronghold's northern wall. Here,
I can only see two here.
Oh right, yeah, your vision's going to be blocked, of course. Have you not got the fog of war?
Yes, but you've not got global illumination on, so I can only see where my vision is around here.
Right. Okay. I'll take it off for a little second.
That's it. But still got this building here.
Well, yeah. There's okay.
Blocking.
Whatever.
Yeah. So still can't see up here. That's fine.
I'll just drag his over here for a second.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, the culvert is here. Main doors here, and the bars are over here and here. Drag his back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's dim light, so. But yeah, we will do this next week. But yeah, closer to you, separated from the rest of the stronghold, is a snow-covered stone bunker perforated with arrow slits.
Uh-oh.
Worth mentioning. See each sort of height variant here.
Mhm.
10 feet.
Okay.
So the very, very, very bottom is 40 feet lower from where you're at. The path at the bottom is 30 feet lower. So yeah. 10 feet per interval, basically.
How much higher is the bunker, or is it just like the same level as
The
this?
The bunker's on level to you.
Okay, so what's stopping us from jumping down one level to here and then just tugging the wall so it can't see us?
Was there nothing stopping you from doing that?
Okay. Dwarves, there's gonna be a trap anyway, so
I mean,
Inferior traps.
how high are those arrow slits?
Dwarf accessibly high.
Ah, damn it.
okay.
What?
But yeah,
If
that's
it
us for
was
tonight.
well, if it was a normal thing for humans, the dwarves might have been too short.